All right, everybody. Well, welcome back. This is course number 2 in our uh, Automatic Lead Tools University, and my name is Scott Nelson. I'm your instructor. We want to welcome those that are new to Automatic Lead Tools. This is uh, I would call it a college level marketing course that is going to really help our team members and their team members and their team members to be able to have some simple techniques that are made quite easy to understand through video training. These are simple yet powerful marketing techniques that people that have purchased the Automatic Lead Tool software are using on a daily basis. That is so key to remember. People, if you are going to be successful with Automatic Lead Tools, you're going to want to pick a strategy or two that either you learn from our training with Automatic Lead Tools University, or that you learn from the many recorded and live webinar trainings that are done by the owners, Stefan and Scott Agee, with Automatic Lead Tools. Those live webinars are every Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 6 p.m. Pacific Time. And I highly recommend that if you cannot watch them live, then make sure you go back into your back office and watch them under the archive training area, where you can access all recorded webinar trainings that go all the way back almost a year ago. And it's such a great way to be able to learn about the software and to build a successful and long-term, long-lasting lifetime income using this software. Now, for those of you that don't know me personally, I have been a full-time work-from-home business entrepreneur now for 21 years. I was a single father raising two beautiful daughters when I suddenly went through an unfortunate divorce and separation. I had two daughters that were 5 and 6 years old at the time, and actually was really kind of by choice really put into a situation where I had to really either sink or swim in working from home. And I had been in the industry trying to make money from home from the time I was 18 years old. I'm now 58, so about 40 years now. But I've been doing this full time now for the last 21 years, and it has and did enable me, even though it wasn't easy and required a lot of hard work, with a persevering and a non-quitter attitude, to be able to get through those very difficult years where I was both the father and the mother to two very active young girls at 5 and 6, and who are now 28 and 29 almost. So it's a little different world for me now, but I'm so thankful that I had the background and the fortitude to want to work for myself from home. So hopefully, for those of you that are plugged in now with ALT, this could be a very beginning for you to really enjoy a simplified business model that is going to allow you to make a lot of money and to be highly successful working from home. Now, if you have not received the first course of ALT University I did about a month ago, it is something that you want to review, because it is the benchmark for how I have built a very substantial amount of income using this software in a very short period of time. And that first course that I did, called ALT University course number 1, is all on a simple 30-minute daily strategy that I use, emailing people about this incredible software. And if you haven't got your copy, you can get back to the person that introduced you to Automatic Lead Tools and make sure that they get you ALT University course number 1. Today, we are going to be covering our course number 2. And we call that our ALT University course number 2, our quick hit method. Now, this quick hit method is a very, very simple and yet highly powerful way of generating direct exposure of the ALT software, your business opportunity, or any products or services that you are offering for sale. And this is probably the fastest way, if you're one of those that I often talk to that say, well, Scott, I just want to find something that will generate income for me in the next 30 days. Well, then I would really put my focus on both course number 1, the emailing method, and the quick hit method. I think the quick hit method is even more powerful and has the potential of generating a lot faster income than even the emailing strategy, but I use both of them. And the one thing that's nice about the quick hit method is that I can actually have this working for me while I am doing other things to build my other businesses from home with ALT. Now, as I go through these courses, I will tell you that I really spend almost all of my working hours each day promoting the Automatic Lead Tools software. I am actively involved with a network marketing company, but I must tell you that I am not actively promoting it. And the reason I'm not actively promoting the network marketing company is because it's kind of almost like pushing a rock up a hill. In network marketing, if you're going to be successful, you constantly need to be introducing customers and or business partners to your network marketing business. And when you're working in an affiliate program like Automatic Lead Tools, where you can utilize the software, you can also promote the software, but you don't have generations of people that you personally have enrolled that you really need to be responsible for. And with Automatic Lead Tools, I love it because, first of all, the commissions are fantastic. Every time you introduce somebody, you earn a $400 commission. And of course, every month that they pay, members pay for their resale license of $97, you get $50 of every person that you personally enrolled into ALT. You get $50. And so the income has become very substantial for us in just the first few months of using it, and it will be for you too. Now let's get back to our study today in the quick hit method. The methods of delivery that we're going to be talking about today are direct dial, voice broadcast, using a pre-recorded 30 to 60 second voice message about your offer, your business opportunity, your products, your services, or about ALT and this incredible software. We're also going to be talking about live transfers and a pre-recorded delivery of your message to voice mailboxes only. And the quick hit method is something that is extremely simple to do. I'm going to demonstrate as much as I possibly can over this next 45 minutes or so. So pay close attention. And of course, this is recorded so you can watch it as often as you like. I will send out a recorded link to the YouTube presentation of course number 2. And also I will attach this specific document that is an outline of what I am teaching and training. So as we use the direct quick hit method with the direct dial, the voice broadcast, what are you going to obviously need to have in order to do this? Well, if you haven't figured out, you're going to need to have what? You're going to need to have data. So let's go up to our ALT system and let's go ahead and log in. I'm going to go back into my back office right now, and I am going to, I'm going to learn how to type better, but I'm going to go ahead and log in back here. And now I'm going to go up to my software, and I'm going to go down to my data mining software. I'm going to click on that, go down to the bottom since it's already downloaded, and I'm going to access. Now, as I said before, I promote the ALT software 99.9% of the time because of the commissions, the quick earning ability that we have using this. And I'm always trying to promote this, at least right now. That may change, but right now, I'm spending all of my time going after other network marketing companies. So I use the area over here under Google, and I usually go and I'll show you. Let me go up here to, I put it in the training document, but I use npros.com. This is a place where you can come and get list of network marketing companies. And of course, that's what you're going to need. So you can choose a network marketing company. They list almost every network company, marketing company right here, all the way from A to Z. So let's just say we want to pick a network marketing company. Okay, there's, let's go with ACN. That's a very well-known digital phone service and wireless company. So let's go into our data miner, and we've already clicked on Google, and let's type in ACN, just those initials. You can use up to 7 keywords, but let's go ahead and let's extract a full list of both emails and phone numbers. Now, normally when you run the data miner to go through the first 100 pages of Google, that's what happens when you use it. It's going to take anywhere between 3 minutes and 5 minutes. You can use Bing if you'd like to. Bing is a smaller player, but you'll normally get about 1/3 of the results using Bing as you will Google. And you can see here kind of like a demo as it's extracting. I can continue to scroll down, and you'll see that there are phone numbers and email addresses that are really being harvested very, very quickly. The system's going to run probably for another 2 or 3 minutes. So let's just let it run, because I'll end up using this list at a later time. But the reason I'm showing you this is how the quick hit method will begin, just like the emailing campaign that I taught under ALT University, that is explaining how we use the email addresses. But in this case, we're really after phone numbers, because with the quick hit method, no matter what you choose, it's all going to be using the data of the phone numbers. And so, as you can see here, we extracted 2,853 email addresses, okay, and 461 phone numbers have been extracted. So I'm interested in this list right here. So I'm going to go over and download that list and open it up. It will take just a moment before it opens up on the screen, and you can see exactly what I'm doing. There we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and spread column A, because that's where all of my phone numbers. Now remember that you want to purify your database before you start to broadcast or email. So all of the phone numbers here that are pulled from Google, there's no doubt that out of the 400 and some odd phone numbers, there's probably maybe 30 to 50% duplicates. And so we want to highlight column A. Okay, and we want to go all the way down to the bottom, which is, it looks like 462. And then on your Excel spreadsheet, click on data up here at the top, and then over here to the right it says remove duplicates. Click on that, and then I want to continue with the current selection. So I want to remove the duplicates in column A, and you can see it removed 140. And so that left me with 321 numbers. Now, normally what I'll do is I'll go back, now that I've got pure database, and I'll recopy that all the way down to number 1. And now I've got basically everything I need. I go copy, and then I want to get rid of this because I don't need it anymore, so I don't save it. And click get rid of it. Okay, now I can go over here and I can get a clean Excel spreadsheet. I like to do this simply because when I do, I can save it and I can have all of the files, so I know what I need. what I've used and what I haven't used. So I'm going to go ahead and paste and there are all of my phone numbers here. Okay. And so what I would do is, if I were you, you can see I've got those, whatever it was, 300 and something. So I'm going to go ahead, and I like to save the files that I'm using to my desktop. So I just go File and then Save As, and I go to my computer, click on that, and then over here my desktop. I'm going to save those to my desktop. I'm going to name this file. So this is ACN clean, because I've cleaned my list, phone numbers. Okay, and it's in Excel workbook right now. I'll just go ahead and save it. It doesn't really matter unless you're emailing, but I'll save it as a CSV, and I've got it labeled. And I might want to also encourage you to date it, because if you reuse this, you want to redate it every time. So today is April the 10th, 2015, and then save. Okay, so now I know where it is. Okay, so I've saved it. Save it. It's going to tell me I've saved it. I'm going to resave it again, but it just says some features in your workbook might be lost in a CSV format. Do you want to keep using it? Yes. Okay. So there. Now I've got it saved. All right. So let's go back and let's look at our outline for today. So the direct dial is basically, I have now harvested a list of targeted prospects' phone numbers using the data miner for whatever I'm promoting. So I am promoting the software with ALT, and I know that I have selected the company called ACN. And this is very important, because as you roll down, you're going to find that the purpose and the results of the quick hit method. This method will produce immediate list generation, interested prospects who need what you have, and of course, while you do this, it will generate immediate sales and commission. It is by far, I believe at least, the fastest way to put money into your pocket and your business associates' pockets. And I recommend using the quick hit a minimum of about an hour a day. I use the email strategy in course number 1 about 15 to 30 minutes a day. So you can clearly see in 1 to 2 hours a day, you can be highly productive. I have people that ask me all the time, hey Scott, I'm working till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Do you think I can make good money with ALT working a few hours in the evening and on weekends? And absolutely. I mean, I work basically myself, because I do a lot of training and a lot of webinars. I usually work about 20 hours a week with ALT, and I'm earning in the neighborhood right now in my second month about $6,000 to $7,000 a month, and I started from scratch just like many of you. So if I can do this, anybody. And yes, I have a list from previous contacts, and so obviously my results are probably going to be faster than yours. I'm going to be honest with you. But I think if you went in and you put an hour, maybe 2 hours per day, let's say 10 to 20 hours a week, that there would be no reason that you shouldn't be making at least $2,000 a month within your first 30 to 90 days. Now, you may make $2,000 in your first week or two. Because if you do this actively, you can't help but make sales, especially if you're promoting the software. However, if you're working an hour here, an hour there, blah, 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 I think 2,000 is realistic. I think that if you engage in your first 30 to 90 days and do this at least 5 days a week, that you may see income in your first 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days closer to $5,000 a month, just using Course 1 and Course 2. All right, so let's talk about what we're going to be talking about. These are basically scripts and follow-up that I use for the quick hit. We're going to talk first about the direct dial. This is one of my favorite ways to create instant money and business relationships. Because I promote ALT software only, I have really little or no resistance from any network marketer that I contact, because I know, and you do too, that 97 98% of all network marketers are really struggling to make any real significant income in their businesses. And the reason is that most of them just don't have enough people to talk with on a daily basis. Remember, and you need to remember this too, because I don't know whether you're using the software to promote your MLM, your products, your services. Maybe you're a traditional businessman. But most of you that know me are promoting this as a method of income. And if you aren't talking to 5 to 10 people a day, every day, in regards to what you're selling or promoting, you're going to struggle too. So as I showed you earlier, I went to npros.com and I went into our data miner and typed in the name of the company that I wanted to pull the data. In this example, I am going to advocate that you would call 20 or 30 of those phone numbers each and every day. And remember, we have about 300, so that's really about 10 days of work just off of one day's list, or one list that I pulled, in this example, ACN. So remember that when you pull that list, let's go back and grab it and bring it back over here. I think I saved it under desktop, and there it is right there. And I can bring that back up. And the reason I want to is that you can see that these numbers, they're all different, and most of them are US or Canada. So if you don't have unlimited calling in the US and Canada, you should get it. You can get it over at Skype for $3 a month. You can get it on your cell phone, probably very cheap to call Canada, but about 90% of your calls will be here in the US. But there are Canadian numbers here. You'll obviously know if you're trying to dial overseas. I don't ever make any direct live calls overseas unless I'm talking to people that are on our team with ALT. So now you'll notice that in that file, I don't have any names, right? So in using the direct dial technique here, I'm going to be addressing people, but I don't have their name, and I think that that's a little bit of a disadvantage. I never call anybody before 8 o'clock local time, and I never call anybody after 6 o'clock in the evening. Now, if you're working a regular job and you're doing a direct dial like this, you can safely call people up until 9 o'clock their time. But you better know that if you're calling at 9 o'clock in Los Angeles, that's midnight in New York, so you want to make sure that it is no later than 9 p.m. in the time zone. And you can go in there and search online and find area code lists so you'll know where that number is. Don't call anybody past 9 o'clock their local time, because you'll really make them angry, okay? So the script I would use, since I don't have their name in this, would be started out like, hello, my name is Scott, and I saw your ACN advertisement on the internet today, and I just wanted to see if I could ask you a quick question, if that's okay. I always want to get permission, okay? And most people are going to say, oh, okay, you saw my ad, because they're thinking maybe you're calling them because their phone number obviously was on that blog or that article or that ad or that website. And so they're going to probably say, well, yeah, absolutely. What do you got on your mind? Say, well, listen, I saw your ad with ACN, and I've talked to a lot of ACN people, and they're frustrated. And I was wanting to know if I were able to show you a new software platform, or you could say, if I were able to show you a new method. I like software because it really gets people's attention. They go, software? Interesting. If I were able to show you, and of course by this time, if they gave me permission, I might say, by the way, my name is Scott. What's your first name? And they're going to give it to you. So let's just say they gave it to you. I want to put Mark. Let's say Mark. Hey, Mark, listen, I appreciate you taking the time. I'm not going to keep you on the phone here more than a few seconds, but if I were able to show you a new software platform that I'm using right now that can generate thousands of high-quality, targeted prospects for your ACN business in less than 1 or 2 minutes with a single click of your mouse, and that could easily, and I do mean easily, put an extra $3,000 to $5,000 per month into your pocket right away, would it be worth it to take a few minutes of your time to take a peek? Shut up. What are they going to say? Yes or no. Yes or no. And you see how quickly I did that? That's why it's called the quick hit. You don't want to waste time. You're looking for people to tell you no so you can get off the phone. Because if you're going to make 30 calls, it could take you 1 hour. It could take you 2 hours. It just depends on how good you become at this method. But it works perfectly. And you're going to be blown away by the number of people that say, well, of course I would. Okay? So put this script into your own words and practice it and learn how to get right to the point. Don't waste time. Get on the phone and off the phone quickly. It should take you no more than 1 or 2 hours to make 30 calls. So you should dedicate 5 to 10 hours a week to the direct calls if you like to do that. Now, there's other ways you can do this. But if you are personable and you like to have live conversation with people, this is a lot of fun. And you'll build relationships that are going to make you money for the rest of your life if you use this. So when you go there, very few people, if you're nice, and make it light. Don't sound like this. Hello, my name is Scott Nelson. I saw your ad for ACN on the internet today. They're going to say, get out of my life. But if I say, hey, this is Scott, and hey, I don't want to bother you, don't want to waste a lot of your time. I saw your ad for ACN on the internet today, and I just wanted to see if I could ask you a quick question, if that's okay with you. He says, yeah, that's fine. Who am I speaking with, by the way? This is Bill. Well, Bill, nice to meet you. Hey, Bill, if I were able to show you a new software so you see how it flows and you want to practice that. Now, if they tell you no, boom, get off the phone. Say, hey, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time, and best of luck in your ACN business, okay? It's really like getting paid to get no's from people, because you're going to find out very quickly within the first month of doing this. If you do this, say 10, 15, 20 days a month, you're going to know pretty much by the end of the first month, if you do this consistently, how many no's it's going to take you to get a yes. Isn't that exciting? Now, if the person says they would be open to taking a look, you want to gather their personal information. You already have their phone number. Now you'll want to make sure you say, well, that's great. Now, Bill, what's your last name? Bill Doolittle. Okay, hi, Bill. And write that name down. You've got his phone number. And say, is this the best number to get back to you, Bill? And he's going to say yes, or he's going to give you a different number. You take good notes. I don't recommend having another document open on your computer. Just have a scratch pad, and the ones that tell you yes, these are the ones you're going to be writing down, their name, their phone number, and of course, most importantly, since you don't have it, you don't have his email address, so you're going to need that. Okay, because you're going to have a choice. Once they tell you that, yes, it would be worth it to take a look, now you have a choice of using a live demo, which is called a screen share. There's a lot of screen share softwares out there. Join Me is the biggest, and it's free. You can upload, or whatever it is, their software, download it, whatever. I'm not a computer person, but you can download it for free. And then you can share your screen, and you can give them a really short little demo, a live demo, maybe 15 minutes right there, right now. You can say, well, listen, I've got a couple of options. I can either send you out a recorded demonstration of this software that's about 15 to 20 minutes long, or I can do a live demo for you if you got about 15 to 20 minutes right now. What would you prefer? Most people are going to tell you they prefer a recorded video, so that's great. So you're going to verify their email address and then send them out a short, and I do mean 15 to 20 minute presentation. Do not use the ALT sales funnel yet, okay, because it's too long of a presentation. If you want to create your own sales funnel, you can do that, and just make sure you keep the presentation at about 10, 15, 20 minutes, okay? Or you can use some of them that I have done, and that's completely up to you. Make sure you confirm their email address, repeat it 2 or 3 times, and then here's a key question. Hey, Bill, how soon can you view this 20-minute video? he's going to tell you, well, I can watch it right away. Well, great. I'm going to email it over to you right now. It's about 20 minutes long. Just stay on the phone here. Let me go ahead and send you the link right now while you're on the phone. Can you access your email to make sure you receive it? Yep. All right. So go ahead and watch it. I'm going to hang up, and I've got a couple of people I need to follow up with, but I'll give you a call back in about 25 to 30 minutes if that's okay with you. You want to put them on the spot. If they tell you they're going to watch it now when they receive your link, then the best time to strike is when the iron is hot. Okay? And the follow-up call is simple. Never fail to do a follow-up call, or it's going to cost you the sale 95% of the time. Most people I talk to tell me they do part of what I give them to do, but they don't follow the whole plan. They don't follow the whole script, and it's never going to work if you don't. So, if they say they're not home right now, maybe you got them on their cell phone, say, well, I'll go ahead and send it to you. What time will you be home and able to watch the video? They say, well, it's 3 o'clock right now. I'll be home at 4:30. I can watch it, and let's say about 6 o'clock tonight. Then you say, great, can I call you back around 6:30, 7 o'clock your time tonight? And they say, yep, great. All right. So you call your prospect back and you get them live. If you get their voice machine, don't go in the detail. Hey, Bill, this is Scott. We had an appointment to talk at 6 o'clock tonight. Sorry I missed you. Can you give me a quick call back at your earliest convenience? My number you have, but it's 206, blah, 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 blah. Okay, if you get them live, it would go something like this. Hi, Bill. It's Scott with Automatic Lead Tools. Hey, Bill, did you get to watch that video I sent you? And if they say yes, then I just immediately ask them this question. What did you like best about what you saw on that video? And I listen, because they're going to share what they like. And let's say, I love how quickly I can harvest leads off the internet. I affirmed them immediately. I said, oh man, I know exactly what you mean, because I have been harvesting about 2,000 to 3,000 emails a day, and it's taking me between 1 and 2 minutes to do that. And then I basically affirm them, and then I ask them, hey, Bill, what are you going to be using the software for? And they'll usually say leads or their business opportunity that they're currently involved with, like their network marketing business. Maybe they're selling a product. And then I say, well, that's great. Well, listen, let me ask you a question. Do you have any questions? Because I'd love for you to join me and we can start working together, and I can show you exactly what I'm doing that has allowed me to enjoy this software and incredible success. Remember, short and direct. Build a relationship, because that builds trust with each other. Don't act like you're a salesperson. If they're not ready yet to join ALT, ask them why not, and what you might be able to do to help them to get more serious about joining and purchasing the software, okay? And then find out when they think they might be ready and let them know, listen, if you're not seriously interested, we can still maintain contact. There may come a point in time where you really want the software, so just let me know. And then make sure you add them to your follow-up list. Okay, that's the direct dial method. That's really simple. The second way I use this is through voice broadcasting, and there's several methods that you can use with the voice broadcaster, and it also utilizes that same list. And so what you'll do when you voice broadcast is you can voice broadcast to a number of different ways. Voice broadcasting allows you to do, when somebody answers the phone, it's a live call. You can have them go to a recorded message. So let's say this is where I record a 30-second or a 1-minute voice message that is received by a live answer. or I leave it on a person's voicemail. You can do one or the other, or both if you want. If you're going to do both, you'll need to record 2 separate messages, because remember, on a live answer, you're always going to give them the option to press 9 and be added to the do not call list, or they can press 1 and they can be connected directly to a live transfer, which we'll talk about in a moment, or they can be pressing 1 and they can be taken to a longer message that can direct them to a website or a sales funnel or a live webinar or a conference call or whatever you want. So the script that I use for the live answer is this. This is what they would hear when they answer the phone. They would hear this. It's recorded, but it would play for the person. It would say, "Hello, ACN members. My name is Scott, and I've been talking with other ACNs." See how I always, because remember, when the person receives a voice broadcast, the advantage about using a direct dial is it's you on the phone live. People hate voice broadcasts, but it is the fastest method of getting more messages out in a more rapid rate than anything else. So I would say, "Hello, ACN members. My name is Scott Nelson, and listen, I've been talking with other ACN members, and they've been sharing the same frustrations. They're having problems building and growing their ACN business and their downline, along with their incomes. Now, I'm hearing that the biggest problem that people like yourself might be having is you simply do not have enough quality prospects or customers who are interested in what you are offering. If you need help like most others, I have recently found an incredible new software platform that's allowing me to generate thousands of red-hot leads and prospects in a minute or two with the single click of a mouse. Now listen, if you are successful and you don't need any help with your ACN business, simply press the number 9 right now and you will immediately be added to the do not call list. However, if you need a miracle, simply press 1 for more information, okay? So that would be the message that I would put onto my recorded message that is going to go to live answers. If you are going to use this method and you're going to leave a message not just with live answers, but also on a voice message, a machine, or a service, you will have to record a second short. It's going to be a short message because they will not obviously be able to press 9 and be added to the do not call list. So the script is a bit different. It would be almost a little bit alike. "Hello, ACN members. My name is Scott Nelson, and I'm so sorry I missed you today. Hey, listen, I've been talking to a lot of other ACN members, and they've been sharing the same frustration about building their ACN business. Most of them are telling me their greatest need is for more quality and qualified prospects to speak to about the opportunity and products that your company offers. I don't know if you're experiencing that same problem too, but if so, I've got a fantastic solution to all of your problems." You see, I've been using a powerful new software that has allowed me to generate red-hot prospects for my business and also earn some excitingly large amounts of income by simply sharing this software with my downline team. If you need a true miracle and an immediate boost to your ACN business, go right now to www and then whatever your domain name is or wherever you're wanting to direct them. I don't say that once, I say it again. I say, so if you need an immediate boost to your ACN business, go right now to www.yourlinkhere.com. That's www.yourlinkhere.com. And let's get your ACN business off the ground right now. Just go to, and I repeat it a third time, have a great day. That's it, okay? So if they get that message and you get to the right person, if they're interested, what are they going to do? they're going to go over to your presentation. I recommend using the ALT sales funnel or creating your own sales funnel and link it to your autoresponder, because you want to capture the lead, you want to capture their phone number and their email because you're not talking to them. And secondly is you want to get those follow-up messages from your autoresponder going out to them automatically. Now, here's my favorite. This is actually a great method. It's a live transfer from a person who answers the phone when it rings, okay? And this is what I use every day. I upload a list, and I'm going to show you in a minute how I do that. I actually use this every single day, Monday through Friday. I usually send out a list of 500 to 1,000 phone numbers, and I usually get between 3 and 8 people that press 1 and speak to me directly. These are very, for the most part, very interested people. Occasionally you'll get somebody that didn't press 9. That's even though it was given to them as their first option. They still want to tell you how mad they are. If anybody ever screams at you and they say you are breaking the law, you can say, well, listen, I am really sorry for bothering you, and I will be more than happy to add your phone number to the DNC list, but I must tell you, your advertisement, if you need me to send you out the link to where I got this information, once you advertise on the internet through Facebook or YouTube or a website, a blog, an article, a banner ad, any place that we're able to gather your phone number or your email, you have now declared yourself to be a public business, and you open yourself up to these live contacts, either through a direct call, an email, or a voice broadcast. Don't get into I hate to say it, a pissing match, but just be honest with people so they know, and say, listen, I'll add you to my list, but if you don't want to get any more emails or phone calls like this, I would highly recommend that you pull your ad off the internet, okay? But it is my favorite way because it yields incredible results and it builds immediate relationship with people. What happens is I record a 30-second to 1-minute outbound message, and I have the person either press 9 to be added to the DNC, or they press 1 and they can be transferred to me or any other person that I choose by simply putting in that phone number where I want that transfer to go. And when they transfer and I talk to them, I can either direct them once again to a live demo on a screen share, or a live webinar, or a webinar on demand, or anything else, a sales funnel, wherever I want to send them. So I say again, hello ACN member, my name is Scott Nelson, and I'm reaching out to all ACN members. Now the reason again I use the name twice in my first sentence is because you only get about 6 seconds before a person will hang up after receiving a voice broadcast. People pretty much hate receiving them, but if they hear that name, there's a better chance that they'll stay on board with you. Okay, I'm talking with a lot of other ACN members, and I'm hearing the same thing over and over from everybody. There's a ton of frustration because people are not able to talk to enough qualified leads or prospects on a daily basis about their ACN business. Now, if you are sick and tired of this same problem and want immediate change, I have great news. I recently came across a powerful software platform that is generating thousands of red-hot leads in a matter of a minute or so, and this is changing my life and my income immediately. Now, if you do not, see, I emphasize, if you do not need any help whatsoever, just press 9 right now and it will immediately add you to our do not call list, and you'll never be bothered again. But see how I emphasize, if you're one of the thousands that have been praying for a miracle, press 1 right now, and I have live agents who will get you the information that will enable you to find out more right away. That's all I say. Now, what will happen is when they press 1, it will transfer them to a number that you choose where you want to send it. I have it sent to my cell phone, which I have right there next to me. And sometimes if I'm busy, I have some people that help me, and I have provided them with my own pre-written script because they're not yet members of ALT. So I want to make sure, since they don't really know a lot about it, that script is very short, and they just basically act as my employee and direct them to a specific presentation, and that's all they do, okay? And yet when I talk to them, then it becomes different. I love to talk to people myself because when I am talking to them, I'm able to make them feel comfortable, to get to know me. I get to know them. I don't try to sell them anything. All I do is ask them in the initial conversation about their problem. Are you experiencing problems in your ACN business? What's your greatest problem? I don't try to sell. I'm going to be a solution provider. So when they tell me what their problem is, I tell them I have a solution. And then I offer them the live screen share demo. I should probably change that. My typing this was not spell checked, so I apologize. Or I can redirect them to a website or recorded. Make sure you simply exchange phone numbers, email, and full names, and add them to your list. And make sure that you schedule a follow-up. Every time you are talking to somebody or you're in email contact or whatever, you got to make sure that you have scheduled a follow-up call. If you ever forget that the fortune is in the follow-up, well, I don't have to tell you from this point forward what's going to happen. And the final method that you can use is to leave a recorded message that will only go to voice machines, okay? So this is my least favorite method because I'm just more of a people person, and I just think that if a person is going to spend $500 and they're going to work with you, chances are that they're going to want to have a relationship with you. But for those of you that have initially phone fright, you don't want to talk to anybody right now, then you can use the emailing campaign along with this method, which is to leave a short recorded message. You have already heard one, so I've included it again. I'm not going to go through it again for the sake of time. It's right here below. But this is where the software will sense that it's an answering machine, and if somebody actually answers the phone, it will hang up immediately. It will only leave messages on a voicemail, and of course, you'll determine on that message where you want to direct that person to. When you go through your little spiel, you'll repeat that website address. I recommend at least 3 times, slowly and clearly. That's why it's good to use a domain name so it can be short and sweet. You don't want to say, go to www.automaticleadtools.com/preview/11234768. That's too much. So if I say, go to leadssosimple or my lead miracle or ABC vitamin explosion, something that's easy to understand that they can write down and they can go and look at it, okay? Make sure when you're getting ready to choose the method that you're going to be using, you want to make sure you go into your back office and take the time to review all of the phone broadcast tutorials. There are, I think, 4 or 5 that show you how to properly set up your phone broadcasting system for whatever method you want to use for the quick hit. So this is part of your training. The more you educate yourself and learn, the more that you're going to earn with the ALT training. I'm going to go in now. I was also going to tell you that there is a wonderful training. It's on this list. I think I put it up here at the top. Let me go back up just to make sure. I hope I did. On the quick hit method. Yeah, there's a great training that is archived in your back office from August 19th, 2014 that you must watch before you start this, because it really goes into full detail. And there's a lot of Q&A that's done on that recorded webinar. So make sure you go back in and access that training from the 19th of August of 2014. It's back in your back office under the recorded trainings, and that's going to be well worth taking the time to go through that. And then, of course, review the training video tutorials on the phone broadcast system. So let's take a look at what it might look like to set up your phone broadcast. Okay, I don't need that's NPro, so I can get rid of that. Okay, so let's get rid of the data mining because we already have our list. And let's go here to our software. Oh, I think we may have to log back in again. Hold on. I think you're getting a lot. Hopefully, we're just about done with the training, but I just wanted to really quickly show you. You want to log in back here to your back office. And what you want to do is go back to your back office and go to your software and then go down to your broadcast platform. Now, if you go here and you haven't set up your account, it's really easy to set up. All you have to do is load up your account with $50 or $20 or $100 or $500. Doesn't matter, because you need to have money in there, because it's 1.8 cents per minute to do your broadcast. So once you have it set up, you can click and it's going to load up your phone broadcast. It takes a minute or so, and there you go. You can see my current balance. I've got $124. Up here you can see I did a broadcast here for Janess, a skincare, and so I can just go ahead, if I want to knock that out, permanently delete, just go like that, and it takes it right out. So I'm going to set up a phony broadcast here. This is for what? ACN. ACN. That's all I need to name it. I'm going to put, because I like to use the live transfer, so I'm going to put live transfer to me, because I'm going to answer it. And I'm going to put the date for 10/15. I want to know when I did this broadcast. Caller ID. This is always going to be your name. You want to make sure you are professional, okay? And then the caller ID number. Now, I do not recommend using your own phone number, because people that get a voice broadcast, if they're going to live calls and they're not there, or they are screening their calls, there's going to be a number that shows, but you must list a real number. It cannot be a phony number. It cannot be an 800 number or a toll-free number. So I set up a free phone number with a company that is called, what's it called? 1-800-LINK. And it just actually goes to a voicemail. It cost me like $10 a month, and so that number is 509-253-7900. Now, what's really cool about having that is that when somebody goes and they call that number, here's what happens. They go to a message, and it says, hey, I'm so sorry I missed your call. The reason you're probably calling this number is I tried to get a hold of you early because I believe you are involved in a network marketing business, and I've been working with thousands of other people who are suffering through the trials and tribulations of trying to make money from home, and most are failing because they don't have people to talk to on a regular basis. I've got some great new software. If this is something you think could help you and you'd like more information, just leave your name and number, and I'll get back to you in the next 24 to 48 hours. So that way, if they want to vent and tell me I'm an idiot and don't call me again, or I'm going to break your legs, I can just erase it. It doesn't matter. They've got no way of tracing that number back to me. That's why you never use your real cell phone or your home number or your office number. Use a Skype number or a Google number, or invest $10 a month and get your own voice mailbox. Now, like I said before, I like to call people between 9 a.m. and I never call people past 6 p.m. The reason is because I'm not looking for tire kickers. I look for people that are home. If these people are advertising out on the internet, most of them have some money. Many of them might be full-time marketers, and so I like to catch the real person. I'm going to put one agent because I'm going to do a transfer, and then I'm going to want this transfer, even though this number won't show up, to come to my cell phone because I'm sitting here. And I put that in. If I had my wife backing me up so that if I was talking to somebody else, I could put 2 in here. I don't know why it's telling me. Oh, so I put her number, 206-399-1234. That's not a real number because I don't give my wife's number out. And then I would put how many phone calls do I want to go out per hour? Well, if I'm not doing a live transfer, I probably would set it at 1,000 or 2,000 if I was doing a big list. And the reason is because I don't need to worry. I'm not going to be talking to them. It's going to be leaving a message. It's going to be doing all of my work for me. But if I'm doing a live transfer, I don't want to have a lot of missed calls. So I might set it at maybe 100 or maybe even 200. And if it gets too busy and you're missing calls, then of course you can lower this down. But let's just say I set it at 100. Now this, and I want you to go through the training, is settings. This is using the this consents if it's a machine. So I'd want to click that because I don't want to leave any messages. I'm not going to leave any message. Waiting for silence, yes, because when they answer the phone, I want to make sure that it senses that they're done speaking and then my message can start playing, okay? And that's really all I need to do. So I have now completed this thing. I want to get this screen down a little bit lower so you can actually see. Now down here, you can see that if I want to, obviously I'm going to have them transfer. So I always use a live transfer as press 1, and I always use the DNC to press 9. Okay, so now you can see where I have done that, and there's a thing there for I don't know why this is doing this. Let me see if I can get this up. Okay, so I want to get this DNC to 9, and then I am really set to go. So I've set my broadcast, right? And then of course it doesn't show over here because I didn't do it, but then I can go in here, and this is all in the training, so I don't want to take any more time, but you can go ahead and record your messages. You can go right to that list. Remember that list? In fact, let me see if I can. I don't know why it's not allowing me to enter this list. Because I'm broadcasting, don't think it's letting me get this list up where I need it. Okay, so I apologize for that, but you'll have a little feature and you'll see it in the training. I won't belittle this any longer, but you can just go in there and upload the list, which you already have. Remember the list of the phone numbers? It's just going to ask you to click on search. You locate the list, which is the ACN clean phone numbers. You go ahead and label your list and it uploads it. You record your message or messages and hit start. And boom, you're off to the races. And it's really, truly an amazing system. The quick hit method is going to produce immediate list building generation for you. It's going to load you up with interested prospects who need what you have. And of course, it's going to create immediate commission. It's really simple to do. So what I'm going to do, I don't think I have any more data here to cover today. Let me just verify. I think we've gotten through everything. Remember, I told you massive action each day will create massive wealth. So you're going to get this video and you're going to get this sheet here to come along with it. I hope you'll use both ALT University course number 1 and ALT University course number 2. That's today's training. And then remember that on Mondays, I usually do a live webinar that is a full demo of the software. This is where you are encouraged to bring your guest. If you don't bring guests to the webinar on Monday nights, the people that you meet on the email campaigns and the quick hit method that I've taught today, you're absolutely costing yourself thousands of dollars a month, tens of thousands of dollars per year. So Monday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, I always send out a link, usually the day before or on Monday morning, usually Sunday afternoon, and you can register, get that link out to all your prospects, including the ones that you're building your list with. So I never quit marketing to my list. That is so important. Build that list because that's going to make you a fortune as we move forward. So thanks so much for being here today. If you have questions, get back to the sponsor that puts you into ALT. If you need to get a hold of me, you can reach me at leadssosimple@gmail.com with your question. That's leadssosimple@gmail.com. God bless you. Thank you for joining us today and have a wonderful day.